Oh my gosh, hey, welcome back. What brings you in here today? Just here for chat? No. Yeah, well, I got you the dice and we help make your characters, so. Board games. Oh my goodness. That got me so excited. So we're gonna pick you out one today, maybe? You don't have one in mind, right? Do I get to help you pick one out? Oh my gosh, this is the best day. Okay. Alright, tell me, what are some board games you've played before, like? Or do you have any already? Yeah, well, we don't carry... Yeah, actually, Monopoly is not even allowed on the premise. The ones that we carry here are a little bit different. Most of the games here, pretty much all of them, do not involve RNG. So basically, a lot of the family games that you're talking about, it's like just rolling a dice and just something random happens. Whereas all these, well, they might include dice, are gonna be a little bit more thinky. And they might have cards, and you might have to strategize a little bit. And that's not to say they're not family friendly. We have a lot of games that are family friendly if that's what you had in mind. But they're a little less operation gimmicky. I don't know. Is that okay? I know, like, one of us steered you wrong. So give me a quick, tell me, how long are you thinking of planning to play a game? Like, do you just want to sit and you have it all up and ready and you're done in like 15-20 minutes? Or maybe you're ready for like a little bit of a lengthier thing? Or can you sit down and play a game for like 8 hours? Yeah, like these two, Twilight Imperium and Star Wars Rebellion, they could go, and I've played them for up to like 8 hours. It's a bit of a slog. It is like an all-day thing. You'll have to sit and like set out a date to be like, okay, today we're getting through Twilight Imperium. And it's not for everyone. Yeah, maybe we avoid those for now. That's a safe bet. So let's see. Oh, those are really good. We also have games that are a little bit more party games, so like they usually would involve more than 4 people. I think a lot of these are going to be 2 to 4 players. Some you can even play by yourself, but then we do have the ones that go all the way up to 8 people. Okay, so we'll see what we can think of. This one you might have even seen before because it's sold everywhere, and it's possibly the most popular starter board game. And I don't even know if starter is the right word, but it's very popular. This is Settlers of Catan, Trade Build Settle by Klaus Tuber. So this is going to be like a tile game. You can see, oh, it's upside down. It's like a settlement building game where you have these tiles. Are they hexagonal? 1, 2. Okay. And on them they have different kinds of, what's the word? Like a different, one is wheat and one is clay, sheep pastures, stuff like that. Basically, you'll be competing against other people, so it's not a cooperative game, it is a competitive game to expand your settlement, build roads, and put down towns. So it is ages 10 and up. It does take about an hour to play, so it feels like it might fit in your range of like a mid game. And it takes 3 to 4 players. That is one thing. If you were looking to just play with a partner or with one friend, it will take another friend. 3 to 4. And then we actually have an expansion as well. If you're look at this and you like it, that can add on an extra player. But this has been voted awarded Game of the Year, Hall of Fame, and even Game of the Century honors in Germany and the US and a few other countries. So some people call it the perfect social game. I would disagree. I do not think it is the perfect social game. I think it makes friends into enemies. Yeah, so it depends on what kind of player you are. Are you super competitive? No, you're not super competitive, but your friends are. Well, then maybe we don't consider Catan because it is pretty competitive, and I don't know if that's something you're interested in. Maybe, well, let me show you another option, and this is a cooperative game. Oh gosh, where is it? I thought I had these alphabetized, but maybe I don't. It was behind me. This is Pandemic, and yeah, it's a little too IRL for me right now, but this is a really fun game, and if you are more in the mood to play with your friends rather than against your friends, you might enjoy a game like this. So the premise is you're all working as different specialized people, trying to stop, eradicate, and treat different illnesses that have spread out across the entire globe. So you play. It doesn't show the whole map. I thought it would. Here's two of the roles: contingency planner and the quarantine specialist. You have your little guys. They move around the globe, and you have different cards that are different cities, say Atlanta or Cairo or Shanghai, and you're moving around the board, working together to try to stop these 4 different diseases that you have going on. So it is you either all win together or you all lose together kind of game, if that's something that you're interested in. Let's see. It's ages 8 and up, and this one is 2 to 4. Yes, you can play this with just 2 people. I have. It does, the difficulty can change depending on how many people. Can get easier or harder, but this one takes about 45 minutes. It's also kind of this one's even shorter. It's an international award-winning game, like Catan, in the USA again, France, and Australia. And on the back it says, as skilled members of a disease-fighting team, you must keep 4 deadly diseases at bay while discovering their cures. You and your teammates will travel across the globe, treating infections while finding resources for cures. You must work as a team to succeed. No backstabbing, no hindering other people. Pandemic is a cooperative game. All players win or lose together. Yeah, it can be stressful but fun when you thought that you had everything under control, and then boom, you pull an epidemic card, and then it starts spreading everywhere. It's fun. Maybe we'll put that on the back burner. So if you're interested in both cooperative and competitive, I have an idea. I think let me go get it. I have a couple different versions of this, but I'm going to bring you my favorite version. Okay, hold on. Stay right there. Alrighty. Look at this one. This is a big chunky monkey game. Let me introduce you to A Ticket to Ride Europe. Yes, we've got regular Ticket to Ride, and then we've got little versions like just America or just the West or something, and this is the European one. So, just Europe, yeah. It's actually my favorite. Oh boy. So, the reason why And the reason why I suggested that maybe we give Ticket to Ride a shot is because while this game isn't competitive, it's not competitive, and it's not exactly cooperative. Basically, you are all working individually, so you're not cooperative. And you can hinder each other, but it's not like a direct competition. There's no car that's like, hey, forget you, I'm gonna mess up your whole situation and, I don't know, do something mean. It would be more like, oops, me advancing myself doesn't necessarily help you, if that explains it well. I don't know if I'm doing a great job of explaining it. So Ticket to Ride, we can actually play with up to 5 people, so if you were looking for an extra person, Ticket to Ride 2 to 5 players. It's ages 8 and up, and it can take from 30 to 60 minutes. It really does depend on how many people. The more people you have, the longer it would take, and probably the more knowledgeable. You know, if you have to stop and read rules, it's obviously going to take you longer. So it says, I'll read the back for you. From the craggy hillsides of Edinburgh to the sunlit docks of Constantinople, from the dusty alleys of Pamplona to a windswept station in Berlin, Ticket to Ride Europe takes you on a new train adventure through the great cities of turn-of-the-century Europe. Will you risk a trip through the dark tunnels of Switzerland, venture aboard a ferry on the Black Sea, or erect lavish train stations in the great capitals of the old empires? Your next move might just make you Europe's greatest train magnet. So if you could kind of see on the back, it basically shows you the whole board, which is really nice. Ugh, it's heavy. It's a heavy game, like I said. So you can see the map there. It's a map of Europe, yeah, with only select cities on it. It doesn't have, every single city. Mainly capitals, I want to say. I think mainly capitals. But you pick a color, and then you place your colored trains throughout the world. What you're trying to do is you're trying to complete routes. You might get one that's like Edinburgh to, I don't remember what the other one is. It's been a while since I've played this. So you're basically trying to connect a line of trains, from one city to the other. Meanwhile, other players are also trying to connect lines of trains to other cities, and you might get in their way, and then they need to find another route. Well, that's basically where the competitive nature of it comes into play. Otherwise, you are operating individually, just trying to see who can finish their trains faster. Did any of those 3 sound good, or do you want to keep looking? I've got, if you like Star Wars games, I have another Star Wars game down here. If you like really beautiful games, I've got some beautiful games like this one, Brass Birmingham, and I also have Brass Lancashire if you're interested. These are gorgeous games, almost like works of art. I've got a Lord of the Rings game if you like Lord of the Rings, War of the Ring. I've got a Creekalunk Fernar, 2 amazing ones. I've got party games, like I said. I've got this one up here that is also a work of art. This is a new one I've just gotten in PAX Premiere. Really beautiful, and I love the box art. It's real shiny over the lettering. Ooh, the box is so nice. Ooh, I love a good box art. Oh, this one's heavy too. It's got these really interesting pieces to it that I like. They're like these very interesting. They remind me of like, this is gonna sound weird, but like cuneiform tablet rolls. Anyway, it's a really beautiful game. You like these? Yeah? Well, you probably don't want to get all 3, right? I mean, I Gosh, I sound like the worst businesswoman. I'm trying to talk you out of buying stuff. But I just thought maybe you could start with one since this is your first foray into board games. I don't want to overwhelm you. So, Ticket to Ride? Is that your favorite of the three? Well, actually, if you're not like totally set and you would like to see it a little closer, this is our store copy. We do have the other copies in the back. This is so people can come in and can play it if they want in the store. I can break this out for you, and I can kind of explain the rules a little bit more, and then you can just make sure that you're interested, but then also you'll know the rules, and you can go home and you can play it straight away with a friend, or two, or three, or four. Yeah? Okay, let's go move over to that table then, and I'll set the whole thing up for you. Alrighty, da-da-da, Ticket to Ride Europe by Alan R. Moon. Let's get this box lid off. Alright, I got some like advertisement stuff for other games. Yeah, we're not interested in that. Toss it aside, and I think, here we go, the rule book, but you don't need that. You got a rule book, and it's me. And here we go, the beautiful map. So I'll put the map aside for now, so you can see that we can have up to 5 people. You can be yellow, green, blue, red, or black. These are your just the little, I'm gonna take blue and red and just pretend that those are the colors we picked. So the bags have little train pieces inside. They're really cute. And there are also 3 station pieces, and they're basically like, they look like little train stations, and I'll explain how they work in a second. And then we have, I'm gonna set this down, I have to stop holding it. Then we have cards. Then we have cards. Let's see, here's a scoring table, and then these are what I was telling you about. These are the routes that you will randomly be drawing. You might get Edinburgh to Athena, Cadiz to Stockholm. Sorry, it's a little hard for me to read upside down. I might get something wrong. Copenhagen to Erzurum. Lisbon to Danzig. Palermo to Moscow. Brest to Petrograd. Yeah, sorry, I haven't mastered reading upside down yet. Those are the big routes. Basically, at the beginning of the game, every player will randomly pick one. Okay, randomly pick one. I got Copenhagen to Erzurum. This is my secret route. I don't show it to anyone. You pick one too. And you pick the Brest to Petrograd. So this would be our secret routes, and as you see this number here, 20 and 21, that's how many points we get if we manage to complete it all the way from here to here or here to here. Quite a lot of points. However, there are other ways of getting points, obviously, not just those, and that's in the rest of these. These are smaller routes, so they're not worth as many. 7 points, 6 points, 8 points. That should be separate. And these are much, much smaller. So we've got Brest to Marseille, Zurich to Budapest, Roma to Smyrna. Smaller routes like this that you can take during the game to try to complete little tiny ones instead of just your big one. You're basically going to be expanding your train empire this way. So move those aside, and then all these blue cards here are the colorful train cards themselves. Black, red, orange, green. This is a wild card, any color. Pink or purple, depending on how you see colors. White, blue, red, yeah. Basically a lot of different explain how they work in a minute. I think that's all the things we need, because we're not playing with the rest of these people. Well, technically, I'll take out your bag. And these are just extra pieces in case you lose some trains, which is nice, because, you know, things happen. You don't always keep all your 100% of your pieces. Now, this table here isn't huge, so let me see if I can try to fit everything. Because it's a big map of all of Europe. Okay, it was pretty hard to fit everything on here, so you can't quite see the whole board. Sorry, but here we go. It's not staying with that. So let's look at the routes we picked again. Well, the ones we just happened to pick. So I had Copenhagen to Erzurum, which is oh my gosh, way down there, off the map. And then you had Brest to Petrograd, which is way over here. So you'll need to find a route. All the way over here. And you could make it the shortest distance, or you could technically go way around. However, you only have so many of these, and when you run out, the game is over. This is basically our timer signaling when the game ends, is when someone runs out, then everyone else just gets like one more turn. So there are 45 trains. And these are the little train stations that I was telling you about. As you can see, they've got space so that a little train could go underneath it. Very cute. I'll explain what they do in a minute, but you also get your blue marker, and you start it down way over here, and then whenever you get points, you go, okay, I got 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, blah, 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 all the way around the board. Okay? Those are our markers. I would shuffle the train deck. I'm not actually gonna shuffle it here today, because I don't need to. But then we are given 4 cards, so I would be like, let's say 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. Let's look and see what we got. So you have red and 3 white. See, this is why I should have shuffled. And I got quite a mix: white, red, yellow, and orange. So, as you might be able to guess, these colors are corresponding to the different colors that we see on the board. Now, we would take the rest of these, and we would make basically like a market kind of thing, where we put the next 5 cards out in public, not here on the board obviously, but I don't have any other room. And these are up for grabs. Okay. Yes. And then the destinations ones, these ones that I showed you, they're destination tickets. And basically we do the long routes. We each get one of those, and you get just the one, and that's it. And then we get, how many do you give someone? Hold on, let me just confirm. Let me do one, and then 3. Okay, yeah. So we would shuffle these, and then you would each get 3, and I'd get 3, and then these are your short routes, which are optional. You don't really have to do them. Berlin to Bucharest, Brest to Marseille, Zurich to Budapest. Now, see, this one's pretty good because well, actually, sorry, you the one that pressed. This would have been pretty good for you. And then yours are Berlin, Moscow, Rostov to Erzurum. Again, that one would have been good for me. And Smolensk to Rostov. So you've got 2 in Rostov. It's kind of easy, but see, not as many points that there were. So you're going to be trying to complete these short routes and your longer routes. You have to try to do this one, but you don't have to try to do all these. They might not work. They might be totally different from your regular route. But now we're ready to start. Doesn't look like we're ready to start. So of these that you were given, you don't have to do them, like I said, and you don't have to keep all of them. You have to keep 2, but you could keep all 3. Any that you don't complete at the end will be taken out of your points. So say you don't do this one, now you've lost 5 points. Yeah, okay, pretty simple. The object of the game is to finish your main route, try to use up as many of your trains as possible, and get as many points as possible. Now, these routes, as you can see, are all different lengths. Some are really short. This one's just one to one. However, over here, we've got much longer ones. Even this one's kind of long. And the longer they are, the more points they're worth. That's another way of getting points. I just thought I'd explain that really quickly. The way our turn goes is you can either draw from this pile of the cards that you see, and you can just take one of these, I think, right? One, yeah. You can do, okay, sorry, you can take 2. You could take 2 from here, or you could draw from the other pile like this, which is random. So basically, if you know, oh, I need an orange, you could take that, or you could leave it up to chance and draw 2. Now, if one of these, they're called a locomotive, but like I said, they're a wild card. They're any color you want. If one is up here and you take it, that counts as both your cards. You can only take that card. However, if you happen to draw it as part of your 2, well, then you lucked out because you get to keep both. So, you can take from the train card pile or from the random pile. You keep your hand. There's no hand limit on how many cards you can have. And then you will turn in these colored train cards to finish a route. So, I'm going to show you what I might do if I were trying to do Brest to Dieppe. I've already got one, so I might say, okay, I'm going to take a card. Take the orange one, and I would keep these hidden. Of course, you wouldn't actually see. Then we would be replaced with a random card, and now I get to pick one more. And let's see, what do I want to take? Technically, I would want to be working on this probably, or some of these smaller ones that I have, but I'm not for now, just to show you what I might be doing. And then, like, let's say I take this yellow, yeah, and then it would get replaced by another. Oh, it's a locomotive. Then it would be your turn. You do the same thing. Let's say next it comes to my turn again, and I want to do a train route. Then I turn in my 2 orange cards, and I'm gonna put them here so they have to match. Orange to orange. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Put my trains. I don't know if you were blue or I was blue, but it doesn't matter. And then I would have begun. So the point is to start in your spot, Brest or Copenhagen, and move all the way down. You have to have one continuous line, one continuous segment all the way from point to point. Now, we've got some other things. They're not all straightforward, like orange or purple or blue. Some look like this. They're gray. Gray would mean any color, but it means any of the same color, okay? Can't just be whatever you have. This one is a locomotive. I have to have this to do this. So it could be a locomotive and white, and red and any other color, I'd turn in both of those to do this one. Okay? These ones that are encased in black are tunnels, and they are kind of tricky because what's going to happen is first you would pick a color, like for the gray one, or if you're doing one of these that already says white or black, then you'll need white or black. But let's say I'm doing this one and I've got let's say I've got 2 yellow and a locomotive, so I'm saying that's 3 yellow. To do this, the next thing you would do is they're going to draw 3 train cards, random cards, and if I get a yellow in here, I'm going to need to pay as many yellow as I draw. So we go 1, okay, no yellow, okay, no yellow, okay, no yellow, I'm good. However, if we had drawn, where's one? Well, let's say a locomotive, I'd need to pay up another yellow, or just a straight up yellow card. I'd have to pay. So when you complete these tunnel routes, it would help if you have more than just the exact number that's required. Otherwise, it's a bit of a gamble. Now, I told you I'd explain these, and basically what happens is I think you just play any card to put one down, to put a, where are they? There was tunnels, train station. Okay, yeah, your first train station just cost 1, and you've got 3, so your second one will cost 2 of the same color, and your third one costs 3 of the same color. What happens is, let's say I've got a route going like this, and you really, really needed to get through here. You can borrow my train by using a train station somewhere, and then you borrow my route so that you could get through. Okay? If a player uses the same station to help connect cities on several different tickets, you must use the same route into the city with the station for all the tickets, and the train station owner does not need to decide which route they'll use until the end of the game. You don't have to use the stations. Points are not taken away from you if you use the stations, however, points are added on if you don't use stations. So, for every station you don't use, you would get 4 points. So they're kind of like a last-ditch effort. Like, oh my gosh, I can't find a way around and I need to finish my route. So, okay, you might have to use a station. And then you only get 8 points instead of a full 12, but that is that. Now, at any point, you might have finished these short routes, the 2 you picked, or maybe all 3, in which case you might be like, let me try to get some extra points. You can use your turn to draw 3 additional cards, and this time you only have to keep 1. You could keep all 3, but again, don't forget that if you don't finish it, the points come out of your total. So you might see one that you've almost finished already, in which case that would be an easy extra point. And then one more thing, the person at the end of the game with the longest route from point to point, now that would be like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. However, if I also have another bit branching off like this, I don't include it. It's just purely from one straight line. And these, now of course if this went longer, then that's the route I would count, but it's one long line. The person with the longest one gets this card that says European Express, and they get an extra 10 points. I explained that the different lengths of the routes are worth different points, so I'll show you how I would calculate this right here. A length of 2 is worth 2, so I'd be like 1, 2, I've got another 2, 1, 2, I've got a 1, that's just 1 point, I've got another 2, that's 2 points, I've got another 2, and another 2. Okay, they weren't really good examples. As soon as I get up into a 3 though. 3s are worth 4 points. 4s are worth 7 points. 6 is worth 15 points. And then 8, and there might be only one 8, and that's over here, is worth a whopping 21 points. Yes, it's crazy. So I'll probably go all the way around the board with the points. Now, I might not have explained like 100% of everything, but I think I told you the majority of the game. The basic premise is draw cards, collect colors to spend placing down routes to finish your little secret routes that you've got going all across Europe. And you can see how it's not a cooperative game. You're not working together, but you're not actively working against someone. However, your route might mess someone up. So what do you think? You think this is a winner? Like, this is a good one for you? You might have fun playing it? Yeah, I really do think you'll have fun playing it, and even if you seemed a little confused at times, I think like once you start playing it, you realize, oh, this is actually really simple, and definitely less prone to make your friends hate you than one another, like Catan. Yeah? You want to take a copy home? Do you want to get this specific copy, Europe? Not like the one I have out, obviously I'll get you a brand new one, but Europe, or do you want to look at the other one? Yeah. No, I love the European one, and since you've seen the map, that might be better for you. Okay, well, just stay right here. I'll go get you a copy and clean all this up, and we can get you going. Alright, hold on. Okay. So, you wanted to grab the same copy, right? I got you Ticket to Ride Europe, not the original Ticket to Ride, or the American one or anything. You're interested in Europe. Alright, well, I think that is a good choice there. So, I'm gonna go ahead and leave you that. And did you have a good time? I hope you did. I get so excited every time I see you come by my door now. Alright, well, I wish you a great day, and honestly, have a lot of fun playing Ticket to Ride, and don't forget to come back once you inevitably get hooked on board games and you need to develop a collection and open your own board game store. That's the next logical step, right? Yeah, I agree. Okay. Alright, you have a great day, and I hope I'll see you later. Alright, bye.